By now, you will have decided to try the RCCO examinations. The executive of the Toronto Centre has asked me to make a few comments to prepare you for the beginning of this examination. As you have your practice time, make sure you write down all the registrations you're going to use, not just for the pieces, but also for the tests, well, at least for the hymn. Now, when you arrive at the church for the examination, you will be greeted by the marshal, and he will put you in a room apart so that the examiners don't see who you are, and then lead you to the organ when it's time. He or she, who communicates with the examiners. The examiners will be sitting behind a screen, and you just ignore them. Once you are at the organ, adjust the vents so you are comfortable, and if there is a problem, feel free to ask the marshal for assistance. Set up the organ for all your tests. People are usually ready to set a couple of pistons for their pieces, but they forget that they should have a few general pistons for the hymn accompaniment. Make sure that you know which pistons you are using for which verse. You must have a solo stop with a softer accompaniment for one of them. The old rule in setting pistons is to start with the softer stops and then gradually move to the louder ones. That goes for manuals as well as generals. As you practice each hymn, remind yourself each time that the first time through is a congregational introduction, not a singing verse. Decide ahead of time which verse you wish to have as a solo introduction, and which verses will have a change of registration. Practice these changes of registrations rigorously, and even if your little practice organ doesn't have a piston on it, pretend there are pistons so you get used to pushing your thumb under the keyboard. The marshal will alert the examiners you are ready to start, and this person is allowed to turn pages for you if you wish, but you can ask them or not as you choose. You have a choice of playing all the tests first or the pieces first, but once you start, you have to do that group. The marshal will place each test on the music rack and then start timing. You have 40 seconds or 60 seconds, depending on which test it is. Mentally prepare yourself for this by setting your iPhone for 60 seconds so that you get a sense of how long that time actually is, or 40 seconds as the case may be. The marshal has to choose whatever stop is required for the score reading or transposition. At the end of the examination, the marshal may say thank you or whatever, I don't know. It's up to the person, and that's all there is. There's no formal end to the examination. You just get up and leave. So I hope that this is helping you to set yourself mentally for the exam. And as an additional comment, I would say, in my experience, it is good to spend 1/2 of every lesson time in preparing the tests. Good luck with it all.